Hello everybody, it's Easter Sunday and I'm back to talk with you about patience. This evening I went to the supermarket to get a couple of small things that I needed, and I also took the opportunity to drop off something that I'd made to my son and his partner, and I offered to walk my son's dog. His name is George. He's a beautiful beagle crossed with a King Charles Cavalier. And as we walked, there were a number of people that were literally sitting underneath a sign that said, "No public gatherings allowed. Please stay at home. We're amidst a COVID-19 pandemic. Don't spread germs. Social distancing, minimum 1.5 meters." And I looked at those people and I thought, I wonder why they've decided not to abide by the rules. Victoria in Australia is going through a heightened level of risk management. They've decided to extend their strict measures for another 30 days. And, those decisions are being made around the world. And when I think about each individual, we've got nearly 8 billion people in the world. And when I think about each of those people making a decision to buck the rules, what the implications are, and I think a lot of it has to do with impatience. When I was little, my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, taught me the value of patience, and as I've grown older, and particularly the last 20 years, I've seen how being patient beyond any imagination actually pays off in the end. And I think that's where people are missing the point now with COVID-19. We all have to be patient to honour the wishes of the government to slow the spread, to minimise the impact on the health system so that governments can actually manage the response. We have to be patient with our loved ones who perhaps don't have the level of maturity and understanding to wait to see us. We have to be patient about our own responses to isolation and a sense of not having a level of control that we previously had over our lives. And I'm really grateful that I live in Australia, because Australia at the moment allows people to go out and exercise. I walk twice a day, I power walk, and that's important to me for a number of reasons. Not the least is to feel alive. And you have to understand when people are confined to their home or restricted and kept in quarantine because they do have symptoms, that those people are likely to have a very heightened sense of impatience about the circumstances. With patience, probably the most underpinning aspect is a selflessness. Impatient people who don't tolerate any kind of waiting tend to be very self-focused. They tend to look about the what's in it for me aspect. They want the rewards now. They're not prepared to wait to see what their effort will bring. And to a very large extent, we need to be patient with impatient people. If you have the opportunity to influence children, teach them the value of waiting, teach them the value of self-discipline, and particularly teach them the rules that keep the greater society safe. If we all buck the rules, we will all end up in a whole lot of difficulty. In my first book, I have a very simple saying about as we choose and as we decide, so our lives are formed. Every choice that you make, whether it's an action or an inaction, whether it's to speak or to stay silent, will determine your destiny. So be really careful when your choices impact on other people. I hope you have a fantastic week. If you'd like to subscribe, please go ahead, please comment, please ask questions, tell me about what you'd like me to speak about, if there's something in particular. Have a great week and a nice day off if you have Easter Monday as a public holiday like we do in Australia. Bye for now.